Page 121, black is the color of my true love's hair. On page 120, they are introducing you to the relative minor to B flat major. We've been in B flat major, 2 flats for several videos now. So now we're going to go to its relative minor, which is the minor key with the same signature, so it's got 2 flats. And as you can see, it's G minor. So this would be a good time for you to go do my scale video on G minor, the intermediate, the 2 octaves up and down. They give you fingering for it over here on page 120, but I cover all that in the scale video, so go do that if you would. However, let's talk about this piece on 121, because it's got some stuff going on in here. It's got some tricky little things that are easily overlooked, and I want to point them out because they're all important in one way or another. I'm going to start with the right hand. At the beginning of this, you have fermatas on the first 2 notes. Now, when we do the play with me, I'm just going to double those. So I'm going to hold each one for 2 counts. When you do it on your own, you're just feeling it. And then you start. Now, they're starting the phrase with black. I disagree. I think the phrase should start at the very beginning of the piece with the very first note, because I don't want to break it after the second note. It's all black. Black is the cut. Black is connected. Now in the second measure for the 8th notes, I recommend a 1, 3, 2, 3, 4. Fingering there. Then you bring it up. We're between phrases, so you're going to lift up, and that lets you move your hand. Follow their fingering fine for the second line is okay. Third line, look out. Second measure, you're here. This is the third line. Then in the last measure, look at this. Right hand. You have a G, C. The G is a quarter note tied to another G is another quarter note. You're going to hold that note down for 2 counts. So once it's down, it's staying down for a bit. Meanwhile, the other voices are doing their thing. You have this, and you're adding an A. See the A? So it's here. Start here, and then here. And you gotta hold the thumb down while you do that. That can be a lot of fun. Hold that for 2 counts, or longer if you want. Then you have these 2 little lines here called a caesura, also known as railroad tracks, whatever. It simply means a complete break in the sound, in the beat, and everything. I've said before that when a piece starts, the beat goes on. Well, there's exceptions, and here we are. Congratulations, we found an exception. With the caesura, it comes to a stop. Everything stops for just a moment, and then it continues. Now when I play with a metronome, I got to stay with the metronome, so I usually just 1 beat. I stop for 1 beat. You just freeze, no sound, no nothing, for 1 beat, and then you just go on. It's like, okay, that measure is going to have 5 beats in it instead of 4. It's because of the caesura. So if I do it in rhythm, it's 1 and 2 and hold, pause, and then you start again. It's like, it's a way of syncopating it. They're expecting it to go on and nothing happens, and then after they fall out of their chair, then you can continue to play. Yeah. And they will thank you for it because it was a lot of fun. Last line. Fingering in the first measure is the same as the fingering in the second measure. The first line. Then in the next measure, you're here. Got these 8th notes. That looks ugly. It's not. You're playing the same 2 notes in each hand. It's a G and a D. Then right hand does G and D. Left hand crosses over to this G and D. And then the right hand does it again. It's written here, but it's got an 8 VA, so it's up. And then the left hand plays the last note, which is a G. You're going to cross over here with an 8 VA. Because they introduced a treble clef in the lower staff in the next to the last measure. Did you see that for the left hand? Now you're playing treble clef. That's what they're done. That's what it is. That's it. I mean, the left hand, you've just got the chords. There's nothing really too tricky about the chords. Watch the fingering in the left hand and the third line down. In the last measure, it's a 2-1-2. Hold, pause, and go back to that. Dynamics, have some fun with an experiment. You got a little crescendo and decrescendo, and you got soft. This is not a loud piece. It's kind of a love song. Well, all right, fine. It is a love song. I'm not into love songs. If you're into love songs, great, more power to you. But this is just a nice, lovely piece. Let's try it out. Pedal-wise, just pedal it the way they're telling you to pedal it, except second line, second measure. I would not push the pedal down until I play the half note in the right hand, because I don't want to catch these notes in the pedal. This is supposed to be a love song. So it's push down that half note first before you push the pedal down, and then lift the pedal in the hands before you go on, so we get a break in the sound. Third line down, first measure, I would not pedal the first 2 beats. When the right hand is doing these eighth notes, if you pedal it, you're smearing them. Ugh, just don't. You can pedal that beat, the hold, and then lift it up before you play the next notes, because it's a new phrase. And that's pretty much it on the pedaling. Otherwise, pedal it the way they're telling you to pedal it is okay, I suppose. Not crazy about it. It's still a little blurry, but I mean, you can get very intricate with the pedaling if you take out the blurriness. I'll let you experiment with that. Let's try this out. 4/4 time will give us 4 counts, and we'll begin. Right hand here, left hand here, and foot's on the pedal. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, hold, hold, 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 2, hold, 2, hold, 2 and 3, 2, pause. One, 2, 3, 4, off.